Hello friends, in previous lectures we studied regarding pure rolling and a particular illustrative example. In this one we will study about direction of friction and magnitude of friction in the case of pure rolling. Friction in pure rolling. Friction in pure. That's our topic. Suppose this is any body which performs pure rolling on the static ground. I am taking this one, this. Okay, that is this. It will have something velocity v naught. Velocity of center of mass is v naught. Suppose there is any angular velocity omega. I am taking clockwise angular velocity omega. Radius is r. Initially, pure rolling is not starting. After some time, if friction is sufficient, that motion may be of type of pure rolling, but not now. You know, pure rolling is the case, is the type of motion in which point of contact does not slip on the point of ground or any surface. There is no slipping. Then, and you know what's the nature of friction? What does the friction want? The desire of friction is also same. Means the touching surface, yani two surfaces in contact, should not have relative motion. The entire performance of friction is to vanish the relative motion between two surfaces in contact. It's single desire, or that occurs in the case of pure rolling. Means if pure rolling is not occurring in a particular type of motion, in that case friction wants to perform pure rolling. But you know, for people pure rolling, what should be occur? Velocity of center of mass should be equal to r omega for pure rolling, or acceleration of center of mass should be r alpha for both cases. If velocity of center of mass is not r omega, in the case of accelerated pure rolling, not uniform pure rolling, there might be force and that can disturb this equation. Might be possible that there would not be initial condition, this one, or if this condition exists and external force is applied, means accelerated pure rolling occurs. Suppose in that case friction will play role, and these disturbed equations will be maintained by friction, because this is only the case which is desired by friction. No slipping is desire of the friction. So friction always try to maintain these two equations. Suppose I am taking a particular force here, F, and this F already velocity is greater than r omega. Suppose this velocity is greater than r omega. Omega is less than required value because linear velocity is greater. Then this friction will act in that direction for which this velocity will decrease and omega will increase to make this equation true. What should be direction? If velocity is greater than r omega, in that case friction should be always opposite to velocity. Applied force here, velocity. In this direction friction should be. Why? Because we have to decrease velocity and increase omega. By this way, clockwise torque will be applied by friction. This torque will increase omega, and after some time, sure, this greater value V naught will be decreased and R omega will be increased, and this equation will be maintained. If already velocity is greater than R omega, sure that will be opposite to velocity. I am taking just opposite case, the case in which omega is greater than velocity. Suppose this is the case. There is velocity of center of mass, omega is angular velocity about x is passing through center of mass, and here r omega is greater than velocity of center of mass. Means there should be help for velocity. Friction should increase the velocity because it's less. Friction should decrease this omega because r omega is greater than v. But desire of friction is to make v equals to r omega. So greater should be decreased, greater should be diminished, and less quantity should be increased. That's why friction will act in this forward direction, because this v will be increased, and by applying opposite torque this omega, it can decrease this omega. So friction will be in forward direction. On the horizontal surface, suppose on the horizontal surface already velocity v equals to r omega, this equation is maintained, and surface is horizontal. There is no external force on this body, and this one is already maintained. In that case, we need not to increase or decrease v, or we need not to increase or decrease omega. That's why, in spite of coefficient of friction something non-zero, friction will make zero. Friction will adjust to zero. You all know that friction is an adjustable force in magnitude and direction both. So it will adjust to zero value. If already v equals to r omega is obtained, and surface is horizontal and no external force is there is no case to disturb this equation, then friction itself will be vanished. But suppose there is condition. This body is in rest. This body is in rest. It has no velocity, no omega, and a force is applied below the center of mass at r distance f. Suppose this horizontal force is applied, external force. This one will give torque in this direction. This one will give linear acceleration in this way. Velocity also, right word, if it was initially in rest. So A naught equals to R alpha should be maintained. But initially there is no A, there is no alpha, or if it has already something, that's not it. So this one will increase A naught and decrease alpha. Increase A naught and decrease alpha. This is disturbing force. That's why friction will act in opposite direction. It will decrease A and maintain and increase alpha to perform pure Rayleigh. So friction will be this direction. Okay. So direction can be decided. Suppose in this case we want to find out value of friction. Okay. So we are writing equation for linear motion. For case of pure rolling, firstly write down equation for linear motion. F minus friction should be m a naught, acceleration of center of mass for pure rolling. There should be torque. This one will give torque anti-clockwise and this one will give clockwise. So Fr, I am taking friction, into R minus Fr small r should be I alpha, that is this, I am taking I alpha. But you know A equals to R alpha when pure rolling occurs. With help of again these three equations, we can find out unknown quantity. What's unknown to us? Friction is not known to us. A naught is not known to us. Alpha is not known to us. With the help of these three equations, we can find out three unknown quantity: value of friction, A naught, acceleration of center of mass, alpha, angular acceleration. In this way, we can find out direction of friction also, magnitude also. Why? Suppose we don't know direction and I have taken friction in this direction. Then I will write down equation according to this direction. This will be plus, this will be positive. And after writing this equation, sure the friction will have negative value. So after getting negative value, we can make correction of unknown quantity which has been assumed initially wrong. So always try to write down this equation. Whenever you need, you can write down. If you need, you can write down V naught equals to R omega for pure rolling. With help of this equation, we can solve different questions regarding pure rolling. Now I am going to this. Okay, in this. Thank you very much.